guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. I just got back from my mom's. We were watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey Reunion 3, Part 3. And when I say it's dark, it's just dark. It's dark, it's dark, it's dark. And having gone through and watched these 3 parts now of this reunion, it's very clear, focusing on like Melissa, Joey, Teresa, Louie. It's very clear to me that these 2 women, Melissa and Teresa, do not need to be around each other for a moment. They need a break. There's some clear hate there. And I really, for me, and Teresa has big fans and, you know, online and everything, and they come at you. And a lot was revealed in this reunion where with this whole smear campaign, apparently, that has been happening with Bo Dietl and the private investigator and everything like that. I've seen so much more hate and so much more just shit this year that I kind of believe it's happening. And there's these fans and stands popping out like for Teresa, championing for her, where I'm watching this and I'm like, this man, Louie, has clearly brainwashed her. Like, I was sitting with my mom, we're talking. She's brainwashed. She's effing brainwashed. And it's so clear to see. And it's concerning. It's concerning. And I think that Joey, her brother, and Melissa are sitting back and looking like, what has happened to you? And they can't get to her because she's so far gone. This man, Louie, has had her all so twisted up in her mind that she can't even, she's like not even making rational responses or excuses. She's just like, it's just hate. Whatever Melissa says, she's going to say something negative back to it. It does not matter what has been said. It does not effing matter. They could say, for example, they could talk about, you know, when Teresa came back from jail, Joey, her brother, was talking about how she was so much more humble and they talked every day and like, you know, they had gotten really close and he loved seeing that part of her and this, that, and another. And he's like, did I not call you every day? And she's like, yeah, that's just because we were filming. And it's like, he's your brother. He is your last living like relative in your family. Your parents are gone. What you say is such this huge deal. And you're so sorry that you missed out of all this time with your mother before, you know, she passed and you were in jail and you had resentments against Joe. But here you are with your brother, your last remaining blood relative, and you can't get it together and see what's happening, that this man is isolating and brainwashing you from the rest of your family and your friends. And you have Jennifer over here, her freaking lap dog, who's just chirping in her ear, enabling this shit because she's so much more concerned with being, you know, liked on the show and being close to Teresa, who's like the star and whatever. But she looks fucking dumb. And then we have Dolores, who I've loved for years on the show, who is just trying to like be on the fence with everything and not give opinion, like with the whole scenario with little Frankie and the job that he had with Louie, this dream job. And then all of a sudden the company shuts down. Louie doesn't tell little Frankie and he's like, what the F is going on? And Dolores is over there like, we're not talking about Frankie. We're not talking about Frankie. Everything's good, right, Frank? Everything's good, right, Frank? Everything's good with them. We're not going to have an issue. And Frank is like, clearly Frank knows something else. And he said that. He said that in the little clip that they showed, that when him and Joey were talking, that Louie said absolutely nothing to Frank. He was trying to like reach out to him, heard nothing about the company where he was working, shutting down. Heard nothing about it. But Dolores is over there trying to be peaceful. And my mom was like, well, kids are involved. The son's involved. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But like, why? Like, clearly Frankie knows something that Dolores is trying to smother and or hide or doesn't want to touch. I get it. It's kids. You don't want kids involved in everything like that. So maybe it's difficult, but I just feel like Dolores could have brought so much more because I know Dolores knows so much more. She knows so much more than what she's giving, and I was kind of disappointed in Dolores. I've liked Dolores for a long, long time, and she just was not bringing it. She just was not bringing it at all. But Teresa is clearly like, this man, Louie, it's so effing twisted with the whole private investigator Bo Dietl situation. The fact that they asked him, did you hire Bo Dietl to like investigate all of us and everything like that? And he's like, no. And then in the next breath, he's talking about how Bo Dietl, like in the next breath, Andy was like, oh, there's security downstairs. There's a guy trying to come up for security. And Louis is like, yeah, Bo Dietl brought him over here because we've been getting death threats. And he's looking into some stuff for people who've been harassing Teresa here. Margaret. But you just said that you did not hire Bo Dietl. So how is Bo Dietl on your behalf bringing security to the set of the reunion because you've been getting death threats? And Teresa's sitting there like, I don't know what's going on. This makes perfect sense to me. He's like lied in every single situation. And then with the whole pajamas thing, with him saying, yeah, I walk around in your father's pajamas and shit, they brought that up. And he's all like, oh, well, yeah, I said it the wrong way. That came out wrong. There's no way you can make that sentence come out wrong. It was creepy, it was weird, it was unnecessary. There was no way that was a fucking accident. You said what you fucking said. And he's like, yeah, one day, there was pajamas in the bag and I took some sweatpants out and I was wearing them and this, that. No, you said it to get underneath Joey's skin, and you say these little snide comments and remarks and shit to egg Joey on because he's hot-tempered and you want him to blow up. Because you want to then look at Teresa and be like, look, you see your brother? He doesn't know how to control himself. See? Like, he's so... Oh my God, he's a con man. He's a con man. Like John Fuda called him a con. He's a fucking con. Louis is a con, and I'm so worried for Teresa. And she did not get a prenup, and this man is gonna come for her. Something is gonna come out down the line. Like I was talking to my mom. Something's gonna come out down the line with this man. He's so shady. He's nice. He's shisty. He's a snake. He's all of those fucking things and more. There is something not right with this man, and the way that he has Teresa fucking warped to the point where she's like now championing with Jacqueline and believing words of Jacqueline saying that Margaret and Melissa and her own brother put her in fucking jail. Everybody. She's blaming everybody but her husband, who put her in fucking jail, and herself, because she knew what the fuck was going on. She was spending money left and fucking right. When you look back at those old fucking episodes when they first got on, she knew what the fuck was going on. She was spending money. It was such a whirlwind to see, and it was just so dark, and I'm looking at this like, wow. And then he wants to say that in the finale, Louis wanted to say he got mad. He was mad, and he said that comment about the investigator. But yet, you are in contact with the investigator. John Fuda says that you got in contact with his ex-wife and his son and this, that, and other. You didn't call Margaret's son. He's done so fucking much, and he's said it multiple times on camera. Yet you have not hired this Bo Dietl dude. Yet the entire time you're making snide comments like, you want to play? Let's play. I've got everything. I know everything. Like, making these comments, trying to hype people up, trying to, instigate a fucking issue. Basically saying that you have something that you're trying to use, and you're just like, don't test me. And it's so sick. And I'm like, then Teresa's calling Gia, got Gia on the line, and Gia's lying. Gia has rubbed me up the wrong way for a minute. Okay, Gia's lying. I could see her saying to Joey, her uncle, that he can do better than Melissa. I can very well see that. I can very well see her saying that. I'm sorry. But I do. And I just think that there's some fuck shit going on over there, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It may take a minute, but it's gonna come out. But it doesn't even matter because she doesn't have a prenup. Teresa does not have a prenup, and I do not understand why on earth. Like, this man really got her. He really got her. The fact that his family knows of her and were like fans of hers and shit, and the, you know, sister-in-laws are all sitting over there looking all starstruck and shit. Like, he really worked this shit. A con man at his finest. Like John Food said, he was like, you're good. You're good. You're a con. Like, you're real good. Con. A freaking con. And I feel like down the line, we're going to get one of those TMZ blasts. Teresa Giudice and Louie, whatever the name, you know, involved in some type of scamatory shit. And I'm just like, you guys, it's a mess. I just feel bad for Teresa because I have liked her for a while. She is an OG of an OG, you know. And I like the Housewives. I've grown up on the Housewives, and Teresa's just always been there, and we've seen her go through so many things, you know, with Joey and going to jail and her parents and this and that. Like, we've seen so many things that she's gone through and like persevered through, you know, and now she's with this fuck man who is doing her no good, has separated her entirely from her last remaining family, with whom she says family is such a big deal, was so upset about losing time with them, is separated from her sister-in-law, Margaret, everybody else on the other side of the freaking couch. I know people don't like Margaret. And all she got really is dang on Jennifer over there, who's going to say yes to whatever because she just wants to be a star like Teresa. So it's just like, it's not a good situation to be in. And then you're surrounded by a bunch of yes men in Louie's family who just want to be in your proximity because you're Teresa Giudice. And you have Louie, who is deep, deep, deep in your motherfucking pockets and won't get out because you don't have a prenup. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. But I just had to get that off my chest. Watching that tonight with my mom was just wild. My head was on a swivel because I was sitting there shaking my head the entire time like this. Like, I was just like, I cannot believe Teresa is going down like this. And I feel like, honestly, I want to commend Melissa. A lot of people don't fuck with Melissa. But I feel like she held her cool. I felt like she held her own. She had good comeback. She was rationally thinking. She didn't let Teresa get her all hyped up and shit. She stayed on the couch. She didn't get up. She didn't really raise her voice like that. She went toe for toe for Teresa. She had good points, even if Teresa wanted to deflect and not, you know, really, you know, when she brought up a good point, wanted to divert over here. I think Melissa did well. And, you know, there's rumors that, oh, Teresa's not coming back, Melissa's not coming back. Okay, so then what the fuck else are they going to talk about on The Real Housewives of New Jersey? Because the entirety of the show is the beef between Melissa and Teresa. Nobody else really even gets a fucking storyline. It's just always the beef with Melissa and Teresa and what everybody else is thinking and trying to keep the, you know, things copacetic. Like, it's just, wow. That was crazy. That was effing crazy. So if you have not checked out part 3 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. I went over to my mom's and because I don't have cable here, I just have, you know, the internet. I could do all my apps and whatnot. I needed to watch that live in action, and I'm just like, and Andy was getting all twisted and yelling and stuff and raising his voice too. Everybody was just stressed the hell out over Teresa and Melissa. And I think Joey held his own too. I do. He didn't get all hot-headed, didn't really get up all out his seat trying to fight people and shit. So I think the Gorgas held their own. I think Teresa and Louie are fucking weird. Like, it's just weird. There's something not right with Louie. It's just something not right about this man. Like, I don't even care if you don't like Melissa, if you're a Teresa fan, if you're... Can we agree that something is not right with Louie? At least that. Because, wow.